Bro, it should be an intro. The intro should just be.
If you want it to be an intro, you just say something really f***ing dumb.
I
Oh,
love
I
fight,
love
man.
glizzies.
Solstice 2022 has been out for a couple of weeks now, and currently we are in the last week of Solstice. And during the first week, I released this video right here. At the beginning of that video, I told you guys don't buy the Solstice armor. Now, I'm going to correct myself because towards the end of that, you guys started to see my real opinion on these armor sets. And the reason I didn't give my real opinion right away is because of the hate that I constantly get for defending Destiny armor. This also isn't me calling the armor sets perfect, but I do believe that you can pick and choose different pieces from these armor sets and really make something great. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you what my Discord server came up with when I challenged them to a fashion contest using this armor. And if you ever want to participate in any of these fashion contests in the future, which by the way we have every single weekend, go ahead and click on the Discord link down in the description below. And speaking of contests, let's do something a little bit different this time. Let me show you the winners first. So in first place we had FreshDumb's Warlock. Now the second that I saw this Warlock, I knew that this was going to be the winner. I actually ended up sending this to my mods and a couple of friends because I was that impressed by it. And how could I not be impressed by it? There is a different shader in every single slot. He's using a lot of different pieces from different sets of armor to create this. Everything is just awesome, and this absolutely deserved the win. And the winner for second place was someone that I also ended up voting for, and that was Megabot 700's Hunter. Now I have two weaknesses whenever it comes to Destiny fashion. That is the Phoenix Battle Ornament, and the second one is whenever Guardians do like a night themed fashion build. This is just one of those sets that is just perfect in every way. Nothing is out of place. Everything looks like it belongs together. So much so that if you showed this to anybody that didn't play Destiny, they would probably think that this was some main character in the game or something. One day when Bungie decides to bring back the Iron Banner ornaments, I will make my Hunter look like this. And we're going to keep going with the night aesthetic with our third place winner, who was Oryx. So Oryx is taking lots of different little armor pieces from different sets, and when he slaps them all together, it definitely has a strong medieval feel to it. And I really like how he tied them all together using the Burnished Dreams shader, which has a really nice plated silver look to it. And then of course he ties it all together with that Izanagi's burden ornament called the World Shaper, which is basically just a sword. Congratulations to all three of my winners. All of you guys did great, but just because they are the winners doesn't mean that there weren't other great sets in the mix. And now let me show you those. Now I'll be completely honest with you guys, I'm still not 100% sold on basically the whole entire Titan set for Solstice, but we have this Titan here from Pistol that is definitely giving me some hope. I really like what he's doing here with the fact that the armor does have like a feathery glow to it, and then he combines it with the epic Phoenix Battle Ornament, which is probably the best Titan chestplate in the game, and then he ties it all together with a very bird-like helmet, which is the Helm of the Exile. I think the only thing that can make this set better is if the helmet and the chestplate somehow had a purple glow to them to match the rest of the set, but hey, this is still great. Good job. Next up, if you would have told me that you can combine the Revelry armor, the Festival of the Lost armor, and Iron Banner armor together and make it look really cool, I would have called you crazy until I saw Mezuka's Hunter. Like, all of those events or activities have different types of themes to them, but somehow those armor pieces combine to make this awesome Hunter that I am extremely jealous of. And there is just so much to this armor set that you will miss at first glance, but it does look super cohesive, but yet it's using different armor pieces from different events, different shaders everywhere, and yet it looks like this can be a whole entire like cohesive armor set from the Iron Banner. Now I can't tell you for sure, but it at least seems like there was so much thought put into it. Really great job, Mezuka. Hey, if you're enjoying this video so far, don't forget to go down there and hit that like button, and also consider hitting that subscribe button if you want to see more Destiny 2 fashion. The next guardian is going to be from Tailor's of the Traveler, and I am super impressed by how he's using that Rosendrone ornament for the Mantle of Battle Harmony. Another thing to note with this guardian that really stands out is the fact that he's using the Regal Daring shader, which is the shader that goes with the Solstice armor, and I really like the coloring that this shader provides. There's some gold, there's some white, and more importantly, there's a very rich red color that is applied to cloth. And another thing about this set that I really liked is I love whenever people use armor pieces that I don't really like and then go and impress me with them. And what I'm talking about here is the Legatus cover. I really don't like a lot of the Legatus armor, but in this case, he really rocks it and it really looks good. By the way, last time I talked about the Legatus armor, people tried to correct me on the pronunciation. Some people were saying it was pronounced Legatus. It is definitely Legatus. It is a Latin word. Now, going from all of those over-the-top guardians, we're going to tone it down a little bit and we're going to get classy with it. This warlock is from Nibbo Bibbo. By the way, that's a really fun name to say. Nibbo Bibbo, Nibbo Bibbo, Nibbo Bibbo, Nibbo Bibbo, blah. That's a real tongue twister of a name to say though. But anyway, very classy warlock here. I like how he used the Solstice armor. Everything is kind of just like strategically placed. It's not overkill and everything is just so tastefully done. And this is also another example of why I really like the Regal Daring shader. It is just really fun to use and really fun to figure out what it does to different armor pieces. What we learn with Nibbo Bibble's warlock right here is that you should probably stick to a lot of cloth whenever you're using this shader, because that's how you're going to bring out the most from it. You did a really good job on this, Nibbo Bibbo. I'm getting some strong main character vibes from your warlock. Next up, we have a Titan from Sven, and I feel like this Titan really shows off what I like from the new Solstice gear, and that is only the mark. I don't like the armor set like I said before, but the mark is actually really fun to use, and you can use this in a lot of your fashion. In this case, he strategically ended up using this mark with the Solstice plate, which also kind of has like a blue kind of sash going across the chest. And he's doing kind of a smart thing here because he's combining a lot of the Solstice gear together just because it does fit together very well thematically. And also it helps him distribute that arc glow throughout the whole entire set versus it just being in one spot. And if you don't immediately know what to do with the new Solstice gear, using older Solstice armor pieces is a really good place to start. Next up, we have a really awesome fiery warlock from Ghost Fangs. Now, they had a theme and they stuck to it. So they have the Phoenix Fall ornament, which by the way is godly and basically flawless as far as Destiny fashion goes, but they also combined that with the Eververse version of the Condescent set, and then they gave it that solar glow along with the Celestine hood, and it all just comes together to create something beautiful. You take one good look at this warlock and you know they're immediately maining the Dawnblade or the Well of Radiance. It is just embodying that solar theme perfectly. Okay, so I have one last guardian for you, and it is a hunter from Führer Nexus. And a lot of us always think, oh, I'm going to use the Solstice gear and maybe do like an arc build, a void build, stasis, really any kind of subclass. But Führer took a look at it and was like, no, I'm going to go for the Witch Queen vibe. I think that because of the colors that he's using here really makes it seem like he is one of Ikora's hidden. It also reminds me that I never ended up really doing anything with the Witch Queen like base world armor set, and I really need to play around with that and the Queen's color shader to really try to make something that has the same exact vibe of this hunter, because I just like everything that this hunter is putting out. You could easily swap this hunter out with the hunter from the Witch Queen trailer and everybody would instantly be way more impressed. And it really makes you stop and think that like just because Solstice armor is supposed to be like medieval themed sometimes, it doesn't always have to be that. You can still take it and make something cool out of it. And that's what I'm learning from this hunter. And I also hope that that is something that you may have learned from watching this video. So despite what anybody says, despite what I say, go out there, and if you haven't experimented with the shaders from Solstice or any of the other Solstice armor, Go out and play around with it, have fun, and I'm sure you will make something great. And I hope you know that I am cutting this video off here just because I need to, but definitely not because I had to. If you need some more inspiration, I would definitely check out my Discord server where you can see the rest of the contestants. We have channels for you to experiment with your fashion, and if you want to take it one step further and get some personal fashion advice from me, consider becoming a Patreon member, where one of the perks of that is it gives you special access to a channel where you and I can talk about your personal fashion, and hopefully I can provide some advice for you. The other perk to that is you get your name at the end of every long form video like you're about to see now. Thank you so much to everybody's name who is listed here or any of my past Patreon members. You guys are awesome. Let me know in the comments down below what you feel about this Solstice armor now that we are 3 weeks in and you started experimenting with it a little bit more. If you're looking for a little bit more Solstice fashion, you can find some more in the first video that I made right here, or consider checking out all of the shorts that I made around my personal Solstice fashion sets. I will be leaving all of those linked down below the like and subscribe button, or you can click on any of the videos popping up in the end card now. And as always, stay beautiful.